Hey guys, welcome to What If Personas Were My Academia, Part 5. Time for the USJ attack. And shit gets real. Now, when villains arrive, a lot of people just assume that this is part of training. Like, what? I thought we were rescue training, not practice fighting villains. As I was quick to inform, watch out kids, watch out students, these are real villains. This isn't practice. Everyone's starting panicking, as I said, 13, protect the students. I'll handle it. Deku says, What? You're quicker than suited for this many villains at once, kid. If you can't be a hero if you only have one trick." Aizawa jumps down and starts beating every villain's ass. Seriously, he's such a badass. But anyway, um, Deku's just amazed at this and starts thinking, "Should I help?" But he is quick to just rejoin the group. Kurogiri, whatever, shows up in front of the students and 13 saying, "Hello there, sorry to interrupt. We are the League of Villains, and our goal is to kill All Might." "Why isn't he here? Our information said he would be here." All Might did exhaust himself, so he's arresting at UA. Then 13's about to use Black Hole to attack Kurogiri, but then Bakugo jumps in with and trying to blow him up, and so as Kirishima tries to punch him, but the attack fades right through him. Basically, every goes as he can. Suyu, Mionetta, and everyone's sent to different locations. Deku ends up in the water zone with Suyu and Mionetta, and gets pulled on the ship. Now, here's where things can get different. When Deku's thinking of a plan, he hears Igor's voice. "Huh, well, it seems like you're in quite the predicament. Igor?" Suyu, he's not saying this in his head, he's actually saying this out loud. And so you're like, "Who are you talking to?" No, wait. Now he starts talking in his head, like, "Igor, wait, but I thought you were only developed." "Huh, well, Izuku, I thought I'd inform you that there's something you should know about." "Oh, really? Something you haven't told me?" What a shock. Is this really the time to start this? No. What is it? Persona. Well, I thought I'd tell you about Persona Fusions. Persona Fusions? Yes. Now follow my hand movements and think about Sylph and Jack Frost. Izuku does this, and Minasu and everyone. Minasu see two cards appear in front of Izuku, and they think he's about to summon Jack Frost and Sylph. But then he makes hand movements that cause the two cards to fuse into one. And then Izuku says, when two personas fuse and they become one mighty being, "Come, Titan!" And I did look this up. That is actually a fusion for Titan. And then he had Sumi and I are just their jaws dropped. Like, what? He can fuse the two beings? And just to clarify, he did move two skills to Titan. That is Bufu and Ingaro, so you can access those. But anyway, Izuku tells Mina and Asi almost the same plan as in canon. Like, they're gonna jump in, and Izuku will attack them. But this is different. They do the exact thing, and in midair, Izuku tells Titan to use Mazio, shocking the water, and completely knocking out the villains. Because water and electricity, quite a bad combination. In the distance, Kaminari sees a burst of electricity. He's like, "Wait, that's not me. What is that?" The Asui and Sue and Mionetta and Deku land almost exactly where they were, but a bit further from the water. But honestly, on land, because Izuku also used Garu to give them an extra boost. Because if they landed in the water, that'd be bad news for them. Then they see Aizawa getting beaten down by a Shadow Nomu. That's right. The Nomu was engulfed by shadows to increasing its attack power in general. So yeah, they're in trouble. And there's a bunch of shadows surrounding them, surrounding that Nomu too. So everyone's just wondering what are these beings that's surrounding them? Like every single group has these shadows showing up, and everyone's trying their best to fight them, but they're not working that well. So mostly they're just holding them off, if anything. Now, now, Deku does see this. He jumps in to help Aizawa, but then he gets bitch slapped by Nomu. And then Shigaraki goes to kill Asui. Um, and like in canon, Deku actually used one for all to try to punch Shigaraki, but then the Nomu, well, actually, yeah, the Nomu separates from the Shadow Nomu. So, well, actually, no. Um, no, no, that's later. But Deku does try to punch Shigaraki, but then the Shadow Nomu and Nomu blocks it. Uh, and what was I say? Oh yeah, All Might comes in and is just like is pissed. He's like, no need to worry, everyone, because I am here. Whatever he's saying, Ken. Um, so then he runs in, beating almost all the villains, except the shadows, because he's not that effective against them. And he goes over, punches the Nomu. It still is sent flying a bit, but not as much as in Ken. Shigaraki just basically this goes in canon up until the Nomu grabs All Might to his injury. Deku runs over to All Might. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. Deku is just seeing this, and he is thinking like, oh, All Might's gonna die, and he can't do anything. Remember, things flash back to him. He thinks, but All Might, the he the one person who gave me a chance to be a hero. Yeah, I still have so much to learn from him. And then something snaps within Izuku. He thinks back to when he first awakened his persona. And then he's engulfed by dark energy. And everyone sees this. Shigaraki even sees this, and he's like, he gets this feeling like this kid's about to do something insane. He orders the Nomu to attack, and then something different happens. The shadow separates from Izuku taking on the power of the Nomu. No, not separates from Izuku. What am I saying? Separates from the Nomu and takes on the power of the Nomu, but in a shadow form. So the actual Nomu is still holding All Might. Baku's about to go blast the Shadow Nomu, but before he can, Izuku lets out so much raw power that Izuku summons Robin Hood, letting out so much energy that blows everyone back, even the Shadow Nomu, and even blows out Kurogiri a bit. But now everyone only sees the silhouette of Robin Hood, and then everyone just draws drop when the silhouette of Robin Hood shatters, and out comes a different persona. Deku's eyes are just red, and he are pure red. He says, "Come, Alucard." Then a new persona, a darker persona comes out, and it's Alucard. I don't know the exact look of it. It was like what was it again? All right, Alucard. Yeah, Alucard. Okay, this was an idea from George Green. Alucard is a persona, a hideous vampire-like demon with sharp teeth and monstrous wings. Which again, shout out to him for its original persona. But Anyway, okay. And now Deku's eyes are just dead. There's no emotion or anything seen within it with his eyes. He extends his arm outward, and no, Alucard roars. It 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 makes everyone just frozen. Like and Aizawa sees this, tries to stop his quirk, but it's failing. Aizawa doesn't say anything about this. He just pretends he's knocked out at this point because he wants to ask Deku about this later. And then, God, and then it just appears as though Alucard's just standing there, and Shigaraki tells the Shadow Nomu to, well, actually no, the Shadow Nomu gets destroyed by Alucard. It completely crushes it, and then Shigaraki tells the Nomu to kill Deku because he can feel that this is horrible for his plan. They're using some kind of cheat code. This is horrible. This kid, what is he? And then Shigaraki looks behind him, and the Nomu's just standing there. He does like of All Might, and All Might's just still frozen from fear in this. He sees the Nomu still just standing there. He's like, "What are you doing? I said kill him." Then he looks at Deku and Alucard, and then he looks back at the Nomu. Oh, he looks around him actually, and sees all the shadows in the USJ destroyed. Then he looks in terror at the Nomu, and he sees the Nomu in pieces. Like it actually, he couldn't. The Nomu could not regenerate. Alucard was that fast. It destroyed every shadow. It was like a freaking massacre. It crushed every shadow that got in his way, and then killed the Nomu with no effort. And then he doesn't even go for Deku. He's just terrified. He knows if he tries to go for him, he will die. But then Deku just comes back to his senses, and then Alucard disappears, and Deku just passes out. Shigaraki sees this like, this is my chance. He goes to kill Deku because he knows he'll be in trouble in the future if he doesn't kill him. Then All Might just basically bitch slaps him, and Kurogiri catches actually teleports Shigaraki away, and all the other villains are fine. Alucard basically targeted the shadows more than anything, and everyone just sees that Izuku did not use One for All. Let me just say this, he did not. It's basically like Persona 3 protagonist when he first awakened to Persona, he turned into what is it? Orphetelos, I think. I don't know what it's called, but God, they just and then they first see Robin Hood turn back to its original form, and then immediately after that, Deku passes out. And the same thing, Shigaraki goes for Deku, and then he gets bitch slapped. Sorry, that's funny. Shigaraki bitch slapped out of the way by All Might. Toroki Baku, I forgot to tell you, back during the exam, Jack Frost actually piqued Toroki's interest because he's like, you can use ice. It's interesting. It just piques his interest at this point. But just seeing that this attack. Sorry if that caught up on the recording. Got a notification, but I said notification. But anyway, Bakugo, everyone's just frozen. Like they saw that everyone in USA basically saw this, and they were like, "What the hell is that?" They're just frightened by Izuku's power. Baku's he's not even pissed. He's just like, Deku, what the hell are you? and then the pros show up and they see like all the villains are knocked out. Because Alucard, even though he didn't kill them, he did his sheer energy of moving, of going so fast, knocked them all out, except Kirigirian and Shigaraki for convenience. Whatever. But but they see everyone just frozen, and Izuku's just on the ground. They're like, what?" Because like, "We're here to help with the villains," and then they see everyone just frozen, all the villains just knocked out, and they're like, "Oh, All Might, you took care of the villains?" And All Might's just like, "It wasn't me. I mean, some of it was him, but it wasn't him that took care of every single villain." They're like, "What do you mean?" He points to Deku and him being knocked out, and they're like, "Wait, how much power does this kid have?" All Might just responds like, "I honestly don't know. It terrifies me, but I don't know." And then the police arrive, ask questions to All Might, and they don't tell him about what happened with Deku because they need to ask Deku on their own time. Deku wakes up in Recovery Girl's office. Recovery Girl's not mad because Deku technically didn't hurt himself. Well, she's mad but because he exhausted himself, but he didn't injure himself. She's not that mad. But Inko walks in just being like, "Izuku, my baby," or whatever, and Deku's just like, "Mom, what happened? Uh, I heard that the villains attacked your class. I'm so worried." But basically, all that goes down, and Deku walks out, and he's stopped by his problem child. Is Midoriya? I need to talk to you. Okay, Mr. Aizawa. He walks into Aizawa takes him to Principal Nezu's office. This is and this is where he's questioned on something. Problem child. I don't know if he's called problem child by this point, but anyway, I'm just gonna say Izuku or whatever. No, Midoriya. Midoriya, we saw what you did at the USJ. What did I do? You don't remember? You went on a rampage and destroyed you knocked out every villain and killed the Nomu. Wait, what? Yeah, and I tried to stop you with my quirk, but for some reason it didn't work. And Midoriya's like, "Crap. Problem child. Be honest with me." I said problem child again. But anyway, be honest with me. What is your quirk? And what was that power you showed? Izuku Deku just froze. He's like, "Oh crap. I have to tell him that what it is now." All Might stops him and just like, let me tell him. All Might, you know what this is? Yes, he has told me about this. Okay, explain. They explain all about personas, not the Velvet Room and all that. And they're shocked. Like they were told the origin of the quirk. I don't know if they should be told it, but hey, I'm just gonna say that they were told it, and they're just actually no, because then as you could be questioning how he knows this, so I'm not gonna tell him the origin of quirks and stuff. But then they all ask just like, this power is called a persona, huh? Yeah, it's something I awaken to, and I don't know exactly how it works. It's actually just telling you an utter lie. He does know how it works, but he just Aizawa sees that he's lying, but he doesn't press on it because he thinks it's better that he is keeping it a secret. So he's like, okay, Midoriya, you can go home now. Thank you, sir. You have a few weeks off, by the way. Oh, okay, sir. During this time span, Izuku does train with Minato, and actually finishes to train with Minato and gets to a U, Narukami. Yeah, Persona 4 protagonist. I'm having it in order, and he grows more bond with those two. Then he grows more bond with Minato in time span too, and when he gets to you, he's kind of when he sees something messy, he's like, "Oh, good, thank God, someone's the same something method and not shooting himself." But anyway, you was impressed by Deku's ability so far, and oh wait, yeah, also he did tell Igor about what happened. He doesn't remember it, but he's told what he was explained. And Minato actually explains this too. He's like, "Oh, well, same thing happened to me. My first time in my persona, but this didn't happen my first time in my persona. Well, probably because you weren't in the dire situation. In a way, you kind of ran into the situation. But I was in a life or death situation. Well, okay, I don't know how that happened, but it was kind of a mixture of fear and stuff. So, and you had fear of losing your mentor. Well, one of your mentors. I'm a mentor too. Okay, I know that, but I mean, this was like a mentor that was like also my idol. Uh, well, anyway, that was probably your fear reacting to that. Alucard, huh? Sounds like a real. This is. Igor says, well, this is a very dark persona, indeed. It's probably better if you never tap into it again. Persona evolutions are known to happen. Persona evolutions? Yes, your persona can take on a different form once it's strong enough. Once the user is strong enough, or the heart strengthens. Freaking, I don't know. I don't remember the exact, and Izuku's like, how do I? Before you ask that, I'm not gonna tell you because it's better if you find out yourself. But anyway, um, once you do, it won't take up the form of Alucard again. It's honestly better if it doesn't. You seem, it seems like it's basically full of negative energy, if anything. Ah, I forgot to explain something about shadows. Oh, something you forgot to explain? What else new? Okay, you really need to stop with that. But shadows. It seems like these shadow possessions have a benefit and a downside. Uh, shadow possessions must come with more attack power, but less control. And personas have less attack and more control, and all control you can need. It's honestly, I don't know how the shadow's gotten this strong, but well, you'll have to deal with it yourself. I'm not allowed to interfere with your world too much, even though I technically interfered a lot, but whatever. Um, but anyway, I I do sense that there's a result. There's some. I do sense that someone in your class is strong enough for a persona. I don't know who, but once it happens, I can tell you this: they're gonna be an amazing ally to have. Okay, I'll keep on the lookout for him. Okay, Deku. Minato's like, Deku? But I thought his name was Zuko Midori. Oh, yes, his friends call him Deku. So, uh, Deku says, you can call me Deku too, you know. Okay. Well, okay, Deku. Uh, and you call him Deku too, but I just don't know a voice for you, so I'm just gonna. um, you does teach him more about a lot about his personas, and this the he does learn some skills from both of them. He does learn like some of the physical capabilities there that you and Minato are able to do. Like he also learns how to use a blade a bit. So if he is ever put in a situation where he needs to use a blade, he'll be able to. Uh, now he goes home and goes to bed, goes and Izuku's mom's still just worried. She's just crying him like, "Are you okay, sweetie? Do you need anything?" And just being a worried mother. But Izuku does go to bed, and a few weeks pass. Izuku still get. Wait, I already said a few weeks pass. This was the time frame where he trains with you and stuff. Um, but when he gets back to school, nobody knows about Deku not having Deku's quirk and stuff and persona stuff. It's just the principal in Aizawa because they felt there was need to know information, and nobody else needs to know. But now they get to Aizawa walks in and all bandaged up. Oh wait, shit, I thought he was really injured, so I guess he couldn't ask Deku about this. So I'm gonna say he asked Deku after the week break, and now it's this. But anyway, Aizawa walks in just saying, "I know you're all afraid of the villain attack, or all worked about villain attack, but your fight's not over yet." Everyone's scared, just like, "What? Is it more villains?" It's the U.S. Sports Festival. Everyone's just like, "Oh, thank God." They're excited, and Uraka does the same thing again. She gets ridiculously pumped. And then they talk about their Izuku, Deku, and I'm saying Izuku over and over again, but Deku, Ida, and Uraka discuss their goals of why they want to become a hero. Um, Bakugo does join them because he's more respect towards Deku now. But he's a bit more cautious. Like a lot of people are more cautious around Deku because of what he did at the USJ. Like everyone does still hang around Deku because friends and stuff, but they're a bit more cautious about like what the mood is. My dog, whatever. My dogs. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh yeah. Like in camp, All Might walks runs in front of Deku and lunch and stuff, but and tells Deku about everything that he does in canon, and he says that he asked about what that power was at the USJ, and Deku explains what Igor explained, and he he's not that surprised now because he heard crazy stuff like this now by this point. So he just is like, kid, you need to stop getting more powerful with these things. Deku just scratched back his head. It's like, yeah, sorry about that. Whatever. Uh, you need. He says everything about what he needs to do at Sports Festival. Say, I am here, and well, then we get to US Sports Festival. Yes, I'm getting up to the US Sports Festival in this part. He didn't. It's not gonna get at the exact start of US Sports Festival, but just just like in canon, Deku, just like in canon, Todoroki walks up to Deku and declares war on him. Bakugo is offended by this and says and thinks that he should have been the one that Todoroki could declare war on. And then we get to the speech made by a person who was representing representing 1A, I think. But this time it's not Bakugo. It's actually Deku because he got the top score or whatever. So Deku just walks up and he's like, I I know I know we've all been through a lot this year. Well, mostly our class, but and I really think that people shouldn't think we grow an ego because of that. We were frightened the whole time. It's something that really isn't something to grow an ego. It's something that we shouldn't brag about. We're all put in a life and death situation. It's nothing to be proud of. And I just wanted to say that I hope we all go beyond. We all do our best today and go beyond our limits. Plus ultra, everyone. Everyone in the crowd is actually not getting pissed by this because it's not Bakugo saying I'll win. Everyone just actually cheers for Deku because that was a great speech, and he was just well, he didn't do that speech, but I'm just thinking words for it. But anyway, everyone, and then actually 1B and all the other classes are who thought they grew an ego over this actually toned down because then they really think about it and they're right that isn't something to be proud of. So Mama isn't like he's still an ass, but he's not that much of an ass now. He actually thinks about it and he's thinking, God, I'm being such an ass towards them. He's still an ass, but he's not as much. And Shinzo even goes like this. He's thinking, well, he's not wrong. That's nothing to brag over. So everyone's more toned down towards 1A. And what was it? Everyone in 1A except Bakugo is just saying, "Wow, Deku, that was such a great speech, and you really did help our class situation." And Deku just scratched back like, it wasn't that great. And just like in Ken, the race start is the obstacle course is the first objective, first thing, and the race is about to start, and and everyone's getting prepared for a race, and then they go off. And should I actually go into the young race? Eh, I guess fuck it, why not? The race starts, and and when Toroki's about to use ice to block the way, Deku actually pulls out another persona. He unlocked another persona during the training sessions. He calls out Pyro Jack or Jack O' Lantern, depending on persona 5. But I'm gonna go with Pyro Jack because it's a cooler name. and like he burns through the ice. And Todoroki does see the fire he's using, and he gets pissed because Endeavor and all that. You feel more negative energy from him, but it's not. I'm going with this with him, but I'm not. He's not that point yet. And when the 0 pointers show up, Deku just used Robin Hood to shoot arrows at them in their sensors and just blind them basically, and runs off. No, he's not gonna grab a scrap. Yeah, I'll have him grab a scrap just in case. But anyway, Deku does use One for All to jump the gaps. By this time, he does know how to use 5%. He doesn't know full counting yet, but he knows how to control 5% of his power in one part of the body. So he does have that. So he's able to slightly jump the obstacles, the platforms. And then I'm just gonna go. They get to the minefields. Deku's doing significantly better in the obstacle course. Toroki's still in front, and Bakugo's still in second. When I get to the minefield, Deku actually no, this is actually a good part. He didn't grab scrap. I'm gonna have that. He summons out Robin Hood. Then he uses One for All to power up his arrow, and then he actually no, he did grab scrap. Never mind. But he uses the scrap of the robot he grabbed to use and puts down Robin Hood's arrow and jumps on himself and jumps on the scrap as if it's a surfing board or something like that. So and then has Robin Hood shoot the arrow. It goes at lightning fast speed, sort of, and just pushes back Todoroki and Bakugo, and you see Deku just riding the arrow. He jumps off, and Bakugo and Todoroki are just shocked. They're like, "What the hell?" They don't stop, but they're just like Todoroki is not mad, but he's just shocked, and Bakugo's just pissed. He's like, "Deku, Deku, you better stop getting better than me," or something like that. And Deku does pass the finish line first, and everyone just sees this. But everyone sees this blur pass through the finish line and hit the other side of the ring. And once the smoke clears from it, because the impact of the onto a wall actually causes a bit of smoke to come up. Once the smoke clears, they see Deku just like extremely out of it. He's like on the ground a bit unconscious, just like he's like that moment where you see swirls in the character's eye, and he's just completely conked out or something like that. Some people laugh, but they also and Prison Mike just says, "The winner is Izuku Midoriya." Everyone cheers, but also sort of laughs at this, what he did. But they're amazed that they're impressed, they cheer, and they're laughing because it's funny how he's appearing now, but it was amazing how he uses abilities. Aizawa is just like, he's gotten better with the persona ability. He didn't say it. Well, he does say this, but sort of say this, but he says quirk. He says quirk when he didn't say ability. But anyway, everybody else crossed the finish line. Uraraka Uraraka and Ida go up to Deku just praising him for the ideas he thought of. Like, just it was brilliant the way he used his abilities to shoot to ride an arrow. And Deku scratched back. He's like, well, sort of scratched. He's like, he just gets nervous. He's like, well, I mean, I was just thinking on the fly, and I didn't actually think it'd work. Um, and basically, the same thing happened. Get 10 million points and all that. The 10 million points, all that. Um, and people are actually more willing to join Deku's team, but I'm gonna go with the same teams as Canon, Tokiyami, Uraraka, and Hatsume, and Deku on top. Yeah, on top. And then everyone has the same thing as Canon, and then the cavalry battle starts. That's where I'm gonna leave off to here today. This was a long part, and the USJ also didn't cover as much. Didn't take as much time as I thought it would, but it was just mostly as in canon, so that's why it didn't take as much long. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it off here. Um, thank you, George Greenwood for the persona for the Alucard. That was an amazing idea, and I really was proud of seeing that. Well, not seeing it. I was not proud, but it was just an amazing idea, and thanks, man. But anyway, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time in the next part, which is gonna be cavalry battles, and I think the start of the matches. Don't know. Um, don't know, but I'll see you all next time. Bye.